Hello guys, how we doing? Phil Kenty here, and I'm bringing you my usual daily live, continuing my OLSP 50-day challenge, and we're nearly at the end of that. I can't believe how quick it's going. For those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock or anything like that for the last few days, for the last 49 days, I set myself my own 50-day challenge, and we're on day 49. And I always give a quick preamble at the beginning. Why do you do challenges? Because they are a great thing to do. They give you a sense of accountability, a sense of consistency, and they definitely help with the Facebook algorithm and things like that. And at the beginning of yesterday's live, I did touch on, and why you do challenges. And I said to anybody do a challenge. I've got one of my dominators currently doing one at the moment. And the main reason is that why you do things like this is it gives you that accountability. You get that self-accountability creep in. So if you set yourself a challenge, and one of those things is, say, to include a Facebook Live, which I think is a must if you're doing the challenge, it makes sure that you do it. You don't have to do it at a set time every day like I've been doing. If you can just do a live any point in the day and make sure you do it, even if it's just for 2-3 minutes or whatever, and set yourself that challenge, whether it be a 10-day or 30-day. 30 days is always a good one, I think. It's a good commitment because doing a week or so is easier to do, obviously. But once you get into that sort of further stretch of like a month's commitment, it takes a lot more doing. It takes a lot more dedication, and that's what it's all about. It's about that dedication, staying focused, keeping consistent, and along with everything else. So that's why I did challenges. So I'm on day 49 of the challenge. Last day tomorrow. I've had a few people message me saying, "Are you going to continue the lives?" There's a high chance I might do them. I might stay with the same time, but I don't get a lot of viewers staying with me at this time. But that's just one of the things, because we're broadcasting to so many different people and working with so many different people. Everyone's in different time zones. Like as you know, I had Leah on yesterday from Vancouver in Canada, and it was 6 a.m. there. It's 2 p.m. for me here in the UK. It's the second time she's managed to join us, but obviously it's very early, and it's very early for some other people. It's only mid-morning for some. Or then you can get some on the other extreme, like we had Jesse one day join us from Australia, and over there I think it's about 11 p.m. So it's you're never going to please everybody with the time. So this time suits me very well and my situation indoors and things like that. So it's just a case of going with the flow, but it's putting it out there. The Facebook likes it that you're doing a live every day. I get a lot of people watch them back on a later date and things like that, because it's streamed here to my Facebook timeline. It's streamed to the Facebook group that I'm in, that I own. And also it even goes out on my YouTube channel. And again, there's not tons of views coming in from the YouTube or anything like that, but any view is a good view. As we said before, if you can get, free views on an average, say, of one YouTube live, then over the course of the month, that's 100 views. And these are what we're talking about, numbers. It's continually getting eyeballs, especially when you need to be branding yourself, which is so important in this industry. You need to put yourself out there, put yourself on camera, getting people to know who you are, building up that know, like, and trust factor, and so forth. We say the same things on a regular basis because consistency is what we do. Okay, so today's subject, I entitled it Setting Short and Long-Term Goals. I did a post, I think it was yesterday, and it got quite a good of interaction, quite a good of mix, good feedback on it. And if I get a post that gets quite a good interaction and good feedback, I generally like to bring it up on a live as well, because it sparked interest from the minute it was posted. A lot of people coming in with their opinions, some really good answers on there, some valued comments. If you want to actually go take a time to read through the posts and go check out my timeline, you'll see the post on there. I entitled it, "Are you setting short and long-term goals? What is your opinion?" And it's such an important thing to be doing, guys. I mean, because everybody has the big long-term goal, especially when they come online to do things. They have this big long-term vision or the big long-term goal of where they want to be, whether it be, completely stopping their job for it, whatever it is, to have that time freedom with their family, etc., where they don't need to work anymore and they want to have this life where they've got the freedom lifestyle. That is obviously most people's ultimate goal. Then there's a lot of sort of slightly nearer than that. They just want to say they want to reduce their hours, maybe instead of having to do 2 jobs or do silly hours at work, 16, 17-hour days. I know some people do. so they want to reduce their hours, so they've got a bit more time at home with the family and stuff like that. So that's another sort of goal that's, achievable and a bit more distant. But you've also got to have the short-term goals. The short-term goals are crucial to what you do, and they can come in various shapes or forms. It doesn't always have to be sort of monetary goals. Some people might say, "Oh, I want to just see if I can get to, $50 a day, or let's see if I can get to $500 a month." I mean, I always say $500 a month is a nice one to go for. It's not out of reach. It's not too hard early on, and it makes you push a little bit harder to get that. So then you can sort of break it down. What do I need to be doing that? That's about, okay, that's only about $17 a day. When you break it down, it becomes easier figures. What am I going to do to achieve that? How can I go about getting that? How many leads am I going to need to get that in? And that's all you got to sort of look at it, guys. You sort of break down where that goal is. Say you need that $500 a month. We break that down to about $17 a day. You might have a $10 product, a $20 product. So that what's the average ratio of leads coming through that you get a sale for that. So there's your target. So let's just say, for every 25 to 30 leads, one person should buy the $20 product. So your goal then is to say, right, I need to be generating 30 leads a day. Okay, because that should give me one sale of X product, whatever it is, or one sign up to the program. You multiply that by 30, yep, there's your $500 a month, and that's the sort of methodology you should be using. That's how you work things. It's exactly what I did when I came into OLSP. I knew there was a good program here. I knew that it ticks all the boxes that I look for and that many other people look for. You're not going to get much of a better program. So I came in straight away off the bat. When I came into OLSP, I upgraded on the first day that I joined. I saw the value of being a dominator. I knew that something was right. So what I did straight away, I upgraded. I thought, right, okay, first target I want to get 5 dominators. I knew that I needed a minimum 3 dominators with the bits and pieces that are inside to sort of break even and get into profit. So that was my first target. I wanted to get 5 dominators, and I hit that. I hit that in the first month because that was my early target. I figured out how many people I needed to speak to, what I needed to connect to, what methods I was going to use, and just got to work. And this is where it all comes into play. And then you should be constantly setting these right. So I've got the 5, now I want 10. I got to 7, then one dropped off, and I went back up. And this is how it should constantly be, constantly working on, what you're going to do to achieve these things. So spreading your wings all the time, getting more traffic sources out there, getting more eyeballs. Some people like to concentrate on, say, Facebook DMing. Some people like to do short videos, which is great, but always do these extra things. Always be looking for extra methods. I mean, I do a mixture of all sorts. I'm posting content, I'm making reels, I'm making short videos. I've got adverts running, I'm using traffic exchange platforms, and it's a constant daily routine that I'm doing things. One of my dominators just popped up. Hey, Carl, how you doing? He's actually got a rare day off today, and he sort of messaged me earlier. He's keen to get his things running. I've been sharing some stuff with him that I do. And these are the things you've got to be doing. You've got to be setting these goals all the time, and set goals also that, I'm not going to let you push that a little bit further. Myself and my wife, we're going away this coming week. We're going away on the Thursday the coming week, and 3 months ago, it wasn't really looking kind of achievable. I was going to bring, which said that it was just up here. This is our late comer. She's late every day. We get used to it now. Sunday she doesn't even turn up. But she has definitely dropped off as the challenge has gone on. Consistency has definitely been noted that she's dropped off. Appearance. She's got nothing to do all day, and all she has to do one thing a day is just turn up for the live, and she doesn't even manage that. Stop sleeping. Come on,
accountable.
Stop. I know, but I'm talking about goal setting at the moment. If you've been here from the beginning, you might have.
I saw the post.
Okay, yeah, it's goal setting, and I was just touching on the fact that why they're so important. And you got to. When I came into OLSP, I said I graded Dominator on the day I joined. I knew this was good. I knew it had the value. I upgraded straight away. There was no question of it. And my first goal was that I'm going to get 5 Dominators, and which I did. I got that in the first month, and then I moved on to increasing from there. But it can also be lifestyle goals. Now, we're going away this coming week. We're going away on the Thursday, and only about a couple of months ago, the money we had available to go away was quite tight, and I said, we'll see if we can do it, see if we can get stuff together. But my wife wanted to go back to Turkey in a resort that we've been to before, Turkey, as Ilse calls it. And so what I did, this is where you have to, when you take your goals and what you're doing, what I do, you got to push, you got to look further to where you want to be. Always look further, because so I went to look at the resort where we stayed. I went to look to see what the cost was of the best room in that hotel, and I phoned up the hotel. I said, how much is that best room in your hotel? And they gave me this figure, and I knew what I wanted to aim for. And so I then went out full blast. I said, right, I need this amount, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. And so I just went to work like a machine, like Ilse does every day and stuff like that. Did I get the money for the top room in the hotel? No, but we got a really good hotel with a really good room, and we're going back to Turkey in the resort, which she didn't think we were going to get back. 2 months ago, we thought we might only get a cheap holiday to France or somewhere like that. Now we're going back to the resort we wanted to go to. We're going for 11 nights. We're going to a nice hotel with a top room. And, and that was made possible because I set my target further than where I wanted to be. So I hit sort of 3/4 of the target, but instead of setting myself a low target, it's what you need to be doing.
Yeah. And what?
Go on, Nils.
You earned every bit of it.
Thank you. You are a star.
But it is.
And I work hard for it. I mean, like you do. And Carl's throwing you a compliment. You're looking fantastic as usual. You can't have her, Carl. She's mine. She's great for everybody. She always looks great on here, and she brings a lot of charm, as we spoke about before. She brought the charm. But this is what it's about, isn't it, Ilse? I mean, when I gave a breakdown just before you came on. I said to somebody, I've had these conversations many times with people, and everybody wants the dream. Everybody wants to give up their job and have the freedom lifestyle. Well, that's your end goal. That's your big one that's over there somewhere, But I say, what's your short-term ones? And when you talk to somebody, when you start saying to them, look, how about $500 a month? Is that a good target? And people say, I would love to have $500 a month coming in. So I say, right, so what's your program? And I gave an example just before you came on. It was of saying, say somebody's got a $20 product, or they got a program and they get a $20 commission if somebody comes in. So I said, right, so you multiply that by 30, you got $600. Okay, so straight away, so you think, right, okay, so you need one person to join a day. Okay, so how many leads coming in is going to get you more on average? And if you're doing your program, you should know your figures. How many leads coming through on average is going to get you one sign up or one sale. So let's just say 30 leads as an example. Out of 30 leads, you should hopefully get one person buy a $20 product or join the company. So there's your target. There's your short-term target. You need to be generating 30 leads a day. Then you figure out, how am I going to generate 30 leads a day and get to work? It really is that simple when you break it down. Would you agree, Ilse?
Yes. Yeah. Don't just, you have to cut it up and see what those steps are before you go in there. There are short-term goals, there are long-term goals, but you have to take those actions to live that goal, to go to the goal, to live that dream. And look at you had a further goal, but you were working it, and halfway, this is it. But if you didn't start at the beginning, you were still there, having nothing, no hotel.
Exactly, that's exactly right. We would have settled for our cheap holiday somewhere else because, but I said, right, so, and that's what I did. I thought, if everything really works out, we're going to get the best room in that hotel, you know, and it was quite expensive. We didn't hit that, but I got sort of 3/4 to the way of that target, and because of that, it's literally paid for everything, a whole lot, you know. And this is what you need to be doing, you know. This is what you know. And Carl, I'm starting to realise my friend from Thailand, the one you spoke to us about, has just joined under me. There we go. Brilliant, Carl. You're off the mark because
Congratulations, Carl.
Well done, Carl. You've been working and been spending a lot of time together, as you know, and he's getting a consistent plan of action, you know. And I've had some people say to me, like, going back to the example I just used, Ilse, I mean, this is like teaching you how to suck eggs, because this is what you do every day. But someone said to me, I'm not going to be, how do I get 30 leads a day? I can't afford paid traffic. I go, whoa, okay. Who said anything about paid traffic? You know, I know that if I work at a couple of traffic exchanges, I'm going to get 2 or 3 leads a day out of those, you know. So that's 2 or 3 leads. And all you got to do then is find 10 similar sources of traffic. You add them up. 10 times 2 times 3 is 30 leads a day. That's where your mind needs to be. It's not a case of how am I going to get 30 leads a day from Facebook? How am I going to get 30 leads from YouTube? Break it down, as you just said, cut it up into small pieces. And if you can get 2 to 3 leads coming in from 10 different sources, there are your 30 leads a day. You know, 30 leads coming into you a day is 1,000 leads a month or 900 leads a month.
But I think, because people see making me a post in 10 minutes. I think it's about the platforms I'm using that it will be 2 hours to do that. No, you have one subject today. He's now chatting with me, an old colleague. He just connected back with me, a very good colleague, somebody who was into tech, who learned me so much about CRM and ERP and those stuff. And he just reconnected with me. He said, "Hey, you're doing something online. Never thought you'd do that. But what is it, Ilse? Please let us have a talk on Monday." Just took my calendar. Monday, we have a talk. I now have a post. Hey, did you know that we are back connecting with older colleagues? And I have apparently a good impression I made. Well, it was so fun to have connected with him then and worked with them. I'm making a post. From the post, I'm making quotes. From the quote, I'm making an outshout. From the outshout, I'm making a Facebook post. And I'm posting on maybe 6 platforms in 50 minutes, because it's only one thing I do, and I spread it in 50.
Spread it around. That's right.
It's not that hard.
It's not.
People think I have to find something to talk about, to post about. No, it's right in front of you. You go shopping, you say, "Oh my God, I like Leah has only 6 things in a cart, $400. What did I buy?" It's nothing. You didn't buy anything more or less. It's just the prices went up. Hey, it's crisis for everyone. Talk about it. You have your Facebook post. I went to the grocery shops, and oh my God, this is not doable anymore. At the end of the month, I just have maybe 2 things in my cart, and how much would it cost? Because cost of living is going up. It's September. Kids are going to school. Mommy, I want a new backpack. I need this or that, and it's all there. It's your life. We're living in it. What you're going to post, the work. It's not hard. What are your troubles, and what are you resonating with? What you want to post? It's your pain also. Driving a bus. Your back is hurting. You don't have time with family. How long are you going to do it?
Yeah,
and the world is changing.
If anybody saw if you saw the live with Leah yesterday, we started off on whatever the topic was, and just past that, we started talking about cost of living, you know, and she was saying how bad it is in Vancouver, and I was relating to it is how bad it is over here, and shopping and fuel and energy. And because what brought the subject out, I said years ago when I was sort of online a few years back, 6-7 years ago, I said it was a different sort of there was different people online that were looking to make money. Most people just wanted to earn a bit of extra money. There was still that sort of dream there, but it wasn't the same sort of people. The people that are online now looking to earn money, affiliate marketing has just gone crazy. I mean, years ago it was like just ClickBank and that was about it. You know,
Yeah, and still,
you know, and now, but the need for people needing an
more
extra
and more.
income now is
And still, there
through
are
the
so
roof.
so many people don't know about this, and that's why I'm using TikTok. It spreads a lot out, but it reaches people that mm, don't know about this stuff, and still maybe talking about, hey, there's something like a side hustle going on there. That goes affiliate marketing. Let's go and find it. Yeah, I'm
That's right.
spreading the word.
The affiliate
That's all
marketing
what.
is really
Yeah,
booming now, because I mean, years ago they had these
yeah,
silly, we had the rev share industry and we had the rev, all that sort of garbage going around,
yeah.
you know, and that came and went. And now affiliate marketing is booming because people are needing an extra MLMs are sort of dropping off because most people don't know how to. If you're not a big recruiter, you're not going to make money in
No,
MLM. It's as
because
simple
they
as
don't
that.
know
You know,
how.
that's right,
And
and
yeah,
it's hard work.
that's
You need
painful
you
too.
need huge teams. So you either need to be a big recruiter yourself,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
bring 2 or 3 people in that are big hitters, and then you might be okay. You know, apart from that, you're not going to make any money. That's why
No,
so many people are not doing well with Live Good, for example,
no,
because
and
they're not big recruiters. And with affiliate marketing, it's different because you're able to make a very good income, and you don't need to have these huge teams at all. You know, you can
and
make it.
maybe I'm saying it wrong. It's not only learning we do. It's based step by step. That you just do something and you see the result. You get some information, you put it in action, you get a result, and that is going on. It's going faster and faster. You're going because
Absolutely. It is. I mean, it's changing all the time. That's what I said. Me and Leah end up talking, just sort of putting the world to right in the end yesterday. But you know, like Carl just said, my life's about the world changing, how banks are trying to limit the cash going out. Absolutely.
yeah. Oh,
And it's not.
crashing.
And it's not just one country specific. This is worldwide now. Everybody
Yeah, yeah.
is in dire straits. So, you know, which is Leah's a question about. But you know, it's getting back. And you know, when I say to people, you know, it's the desire now is so there are so many people needing side hustles, needing extra income. It's an excellent time to be involved in what we're doing because, like you say, so many people are coming, they don't really know. And if you're putting yourself out there all the time and you're developing your own trust factor, you're branding yourself, you know, people join people because they need to, because too many people lose money, tons of it in poor programs, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, we got someone's just appeared down the bottom. Got JL. Oh, I don't think we've got a picture at the moment. We just got
Hello.
hello. Who's this? We've got a mystery person down the bottom.
Mystery person. Yeah.
There must be someone who you've given a link to because I haven't given it out.
Yeah.
But we got a circle with a JL and a mute. So I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's one of the ones that tried to connect once before.
Joy.
I don't know who it is. I've just got JL. So no, they've gone again. Who knows? Maybe they'll reappear. But the desire is there, people, and you know, there's good people out there that need help, that need an income. Yeah, a lot of people are going to come in. They don't really understand. Most of my dominators that joined me at the beginning had very little knowledge or zero knowledge. But you know, you've got a platform that can teach them everything. You've got an excellent platform. Carl says he should be able to jump on. I'll get the 1 second, Carl. I'll drop a link for you. You should be.
And yeah, it's true. The banks are at their limit of their stress test. People are not paying their mortgages anymore. Other people seeing that, oh, I want to take my money out before the bank is going bankrupt. So yeah, the stress test is failing. Banks are going to hit hard. It's 2008 all over again.
It is. I mean, it is, and it's not just one country. This is worldwide.
No, it's global.
It is. Yeah, it's
Banks are
absolutely
global.
worldwide. So Carl's looks like he's trying to connect with us today. Here he is, Carl. So congratulations on your first person. Carl's got he's been working out. He's got his first person joined under him today. Brilliant. Well done. Now the wheels are in motion, Carl, and it can only get better. That's when you get that rhythm, and it's a case of being consistent. It's like, I mean, I monitor my leads because I've got quite a few leads coming in. I'm not talking about the system leads. I've got quite a few leads coming in on a daily basis because I've got advertising everywhere, and I'll always check their activity in the background, as I'm sure Hills does. And I noticed a couple of guys that they actually started their training. They were reconnecting. I messaged two or three of them this week. One of them emailed me back a couple of times and just said he wasn't too sure what he was doing, but I started a communication with him. And then this morning, as I get up, and one of the leads that I've been emailing, who I've not had any response with, is a dominator. You know, he hadn't emailed me back. He hadn't responded. I woke up this morning, bam, dominator. I was like, hey, where this guy come from? But again, it's just a case of, because you're consistent, this is what happens, isn't it? When you put in this content, these people will just come along, they'll come into your system and they go bang, which is why I say to so many that join, if you're going to think about the business, make sure you upgrade, because if that had been under somebody else and they weren't a dominator, they'd have gone straight past them. And you lose these people. You have to be in a position. And finally, I actually got an email back from him this morning because I emailed him again. I said, you've upgraded. I said, I'm trying to contact you. And finally he said, oh, thanks for reaching out. I'm getting things together. And he's a dominator. Brilliant.
Bring him to the live and see if he needs help. We are 24/7 providing this help.
But this gets back to what we're always banging on about, or as you're always talking about. You're feeding the system constantly, because this guy has not come from DMs. He's not come from anywhere like that. He's definitely come from one of the advertising platforms where I'm posting content. This is where he's come from. He's seen what I'm doing, and this is what happens. People stay consistent, keep feeding it. They're going to come through, Carl, so great. I'm so pleased you've got somebody under you. Now you're starting to.
Like you said, consistency. You have to show consistency. You have to show value.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've learned for a long, long time. You have to show value before anybody takes any notice whatsoever. And the amount of messages I've had, over the last week and a bit, as you see yourself, Phil, it's just grown and grown and grown.
It has. And as I said to you, Carl, I said, you keep doing it, especially if you're doing a Facebook Live. I said to you from day one, didn't I? I set yourself that channel. I said, right, get yourself doing a live every day. I said, it's going to bring your Facebook into life. It's going to put you out there every single day. And you're about what, day 13, 14, and already
day 14 today.
So day 14. So there you go. In 2 weeks, look what's happened. Your Facebook's come to life. You've got people messaging you that you haven't contacted you before. All these little things. This is just in a 2-week period. What's it going to be like in 2 months? What's it going to be like in 6 months? And that's where your vision needs to be. And this is why challenges work straight out. This is why, because it gives you that a sense of accountability, because you've got to do it every day, and it creates that momentum. It creates that consistency, and you're doing it day in, day out. I mean, you've only got to look at how I work. Look how Hills works. She's consistent day in, day out, and they will come. People know who Hills is. People know who I am. They're getting to know Carl Murray, who's on live every day now. You're bringing your Facebook back to life. People are getting to see you. You're building your own brand and you're building your own trust. And that is massive, because people know who you are.
It is. I mean, it's, I said before, a couple of years ago, I was doing the lives and building the brand and everything else. And then I don't know what happened, but
I think you do. What made you stop?
I think you miss a couple, and then you lose momentum.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
the company I was promoting disappeared under me. So I felt I felt like I was kind of left out on my own, and it's like, well, I've been telling everybody to come into this company, and it's gone.
So
Yeah,
then
but
your
you
next,
still have a backpack, yeah, with everything in it.
that's
You
right.
still know how
That's
to
it.
do
And
it.
you have yourself. And so that was your next live. Hey guys, we can't believe what's happened. This program's gone under. But hey,
Yeah,
you keep
Yeah.
talking. You relate to these people. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
something that happens in the industry.
Yeah,
So
they abandoned you, but you don't abandon your audience.
yes,
yeah.
that's right.
I just never thought of that because I'd lost so much, so much
You
money,
ha-
so much momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it can hit you. I know that I can relate to that. It can hit you, but when you get the experience, but you hit on a good point as well because you said I missed a couple, and I sort of lost out momentum. This is why challenges work. This is what I did this on. That was my subject of me live yesterday. Why challenges work, because the minute you give yourself a challenge of any sort, especially if it's just a 30-day, you
Yeah.
feel like you have to do it. You become self-accountable.
Yeah.
It makes it, you think, I've set myself a challenge, and if I don't do it, I've got to start again. If I'm on day 10 and I miss a day, I'm back to day 1. So you've got to do it, and
Yeah,
and what you're doing naturally. This is why we're not in RPM. This is why James inside RPM does his 30-day challenge, because the idea of it is, as Hills will definitely tell you, yes,
Momentum,
it's not just a case of do your 30 days, well done, and you can stop now. The idea is creating momentum. It's creating a routine for you by saying you got to do this challenge. You got to post on the platforms once a day, on at least on all of them, to get the maximum reward. So straight away he's telling you to do it, and people stick to it because they got that reward at the end.
Yeah.
But how it works is he's
there is a more purpose to it. There is a thought, a goal to that.
Yes. At the end of it, you've developed this routine where you've been posting at least one video a day across 4 platforms. And the idea is that at the end of 30 days, you don't go, oh, thank goodness for that, I can stop now. The idea is you keep going. You keep going. That's the idea behind it. It's the psychology. That's just why challenges work. That's why I said to you from day 1, Carl, we're going to get you to do a challenge of a Facebook Live every day. And your first one was you didn't know what to do. You were nervous, you were shy because you hadn't done it for a while. Now look at you. Now you're grabbing your phone, walking down the street. People are commenting on, hey, Carl, it's working already. It's working already.
Yeah. It's I'm getting the audience back again.
Yes. Audience. That's the big one.
Those are the people you need. Your audience.
Yeah.
It's all about your audience.
And you've seen my lives. This is day 49 for me, and we haven't sat here. We haven't sat here. We haven't sat here going OLSP. Far from it. If anybody's watching mine and Leah's yesterday, we started off for that first 5 minutes talking about. By the end of it, we were talking about fuel, energy prices, shopping. And that's what we were doing because. And then people watch you and they say, these people are just normal people. These are, I can relate to this. I can relate to that,
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. You've got a brilliant story. You're the bus driver. How many drivers hate what they do now? They're struggling. It's not the industry it was. It was a glamour job a few years ago, wasn't it? Several years back. The bus tour driver was like, wow, he's a bus tour driver. Fascinating. Most of them now are like, oh my God, no, I want to get out.
I was talking to a colleague of mine the other day, and he'd seen my lives and everything else, and he contacted me about it. And so we were chatting, and then and then he went quiet, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe he's changed his mind. So anyway, I never thought anything more. So he phoned me after my last one about the 7, the 7 ways you changed. He said, you don't realize how much that's helped me, because I was in a bad way and everything else. And I said, well, I know you were, but I said, this wasn't aimed at you, but I'm glad it helped, But then he said to me, oh, well, I'm sorry to say that I looked at your link and I've joined somebody else. And I went, oh, okay, no problem. I said, as long as you're happy, just keep it in mind that I'm here, and we left it at that. I offered to help him in his whatever he's doing. So Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, you know. I mean, unfortunately, that happens in the industry. But if they want to go off, I mean, I had a very similar situation with a guy who jumped in, and he'd actually come into my Facebook group a while back, and you know, he went and deliberately went and found somebody else, and he went to join under them, and I didn't like the way that he did it. I mean, because he was in my group, he was communicating in the group, but then he found out that the guy he joined under, he couldn't get any response back, and then he came full circle back to me and said, "Hey Phil, can you start helping me, because you know I'm not getting it." And on that occasion I actually said, "Look, not this time, because you made your choice. You were in my group. I was asking all the questions you wanted to know. I was giving you all the help. You chose to jump out to this other person who's now not helping you. Unfortunately, I've got my dominators first to look after," and that was that, you know. And I said, "You've got any questions, post them in the group." You know, because that's where I drew the hard line. Because I thought, well, no, because you came into my group, you got the information. You hadn't even heard of OLSP. I gave him all the information. I spoke to him what he needed to know, and then
that's why we really would like people to connect with the people they're connecting with.
Yeah, sure.
Because they will give you the information. They will help you through it. And if you jump from somebody else because he sounds good, but you don't have the connection with, that's no guarantee he comes back to you and help you further on.
That's right. So I drew the hard line on him. I said, "If you've got any more questions, you better just post them in the academy group and be done." You know, and that was that. You know, and he learned a life lesson there. You know, because the way he had done it, and I just thought, no, I'm not going to be. I won't be taken like that. You know, and I want to read a comment off on my getting back to the short-term goals. As you know, as I said, I've known James fairly a long time online. We go back a long way. You know, we really do. And we have some quite entertaining chats about my posts, because he fills it with emojis and God knows that. But going back to the goal setting ones, we share a few DMs, but this is going to resonate with a lot of people, because James commented on my post yesterday. I'm just pulled the post up. I'm going to find James's, and this is the difference in the people that we work with and we connect with, because I'm going to read out most of his comment, but the opening line is just amazing. James says, "Phil, I absolutely love your approach. My goals are just to help others who want help, as it feels like a blessing when they reach out to me and thank me for the assistance I have provided." I mean, that line to me, I said to him, I messaged him about it. I said, what an opening line that is to his post, to his comment. You know, that says it all in a nutshell. That is what Ilse is always talking about, how she loves to help people. You know, he didn't talk about a monetary goal or a life goal or anything else. His number one goal was to help people. And the satisfaction that he got when someone comes back and says, "Thank you for the help that you've given me." You know, and I said to him, wow, what a comment that is. You know, and that's the sort of guy he is. He's such a nice, genuine guy. I said, I've known him online for about 15 years, you know, James, and we've been in so many programs, never worked together. It's kind of weird. But we've always been in similar programs together. But he's a likable guy, you know, and I think he's VIP, isn't he, as well?
I believe.
I believe. But he's a great guy. But he's so funny on his comments. I mean, he's very, very witty, very full of humour. He'll fill my comments up with emojis and analogies and stuff like that. But I said, what a line that is. That shows the sort of difference in the people. You know, it wasn't a monetary goal. It wasn't a life goal. It was my number one goal is to help people and have them come back and say, "Thank you for helping me." Wow. You know, that is, you know, super satisfaction. I mean, that's what I know. Ilse is a massive helper. I mean, I was talking to Leah yesterday. She says sometimes Ilse is working and I'm working, but she's on permanent Zoom call and we're both resolved, because it's like she's
I know we have that
like
momentum. She's doing her email swipes. I do email swipes, and we just mute each other, and then
that's what she said.
And then
quite funny. She said,
like we are colleagues.
Yeah, she said it's like she's in the room. She said we just sort of chatting,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know. But how nice is that? What a great working relationship, you know. And
yeah,
that was just
absolutely.
what a superstar you found there. She's a great
She is
person,
great. Yeah,
you know, really,
she
really
is
good.
great.
But, yeah, so the goals are massive, and Carl, it's going to give you such a lift now that someone's joined under you, and it creates that momentum, you know. And
Yeah,
you know,
I've just been talking to him, and then I said, I saw you coming in. I can honestly say this is a great system that teaches you all the tools we need. I'm sure you will see that. And he's just commented, yeah, I'm just going through it now. So,
there you go, there you go, and you're on a roll. You're off. It's got to be a good lift for you, and you're starting to see now where you know I've helped you implement a DMO which
yeah,
gets things
yeah.
done. You know, and once you get that, it becomes an easy routine. Doesn't matter when you do it. You know, just get it done over the day. You know, and just do
That's
it.
gold that you do that for your people, Phil. Creating the DMOs, but don't forget
Yeah.
also to create those DMOs in there, your moments, that you can have a coffee, have a walk, have a talk.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I
Yeah,
forget that in my DMOs. I totally forget that. I think my work is my pleasure, but I need to go for a walk. I need to go
Yeah, and
listen to an audiobook or something like that.
yeah,
it's a
I
very good
need
point,
to do
actually,
that.
because I actually had a DM from Leah yesterday because she was struggling with the program, the StreamYard, and we had a couple of conversations, and then because she was getting a bit sort of stressed about it, and she said to me, "I've been stuck staring at this computer screen now since we for our live this morning," and I actually said to her, I said, don't forget you need to take a break as well. You got to get
yeah.
yourself away from this screen because otherwise it becomes overload. You know, it can take
Even,
over. You know,
even if like I did this morning, you take your phone with you on the way to the bank and you sit in a coffee shop. You know, it's away from the screen.
but turn your
It's not.
Facebook off. That's what I mean. And
Well,
when
yeah,
it's true. I mean, you got to give yourself that time out because, like as I've said to you guys before, I go out with my wife most mornings, and then if we leave the house in the morning, Facebook is not activated on my phone whatsoever. You know, I don't want to hear it pinging. I don't want to hear the notifications because that is time out. You know, and you've got to have that time out. You've got to have that separation. Otherwise, what's the point in going out? You might as well be sitting at home looking at it. You know,
true.
you got to separate yourself. You know, you can catch up with comments and messages when you get back. You know,
Yeah,
you got to separate yourself away from it all. You know, and it's so important. It's so important. That's why we get our gym time. That's what you got to have 2 or 3 hours at least where you just get away from it and give yourself some headspace. Eels is
I mean,
nodding away. It's true, isn't it?
when I get home, we have a one night dedicated just to date night, and we just go out and we have a meal, we go to cinema or something, just away from everything. And
I'm
it's really
trying to learn that.
Yeah, but you're
keeps
this person that doesn't sleep, Eels. I mean, you're this like weird person that, Leah says it doesn't matter what time I message her, she answers. You know,
I always say I'm a vampire. I don't drink blood, but I'm a
you
vampire.
have to sleep at some point. It's it's something that you have to do. You know,
it keeps the brain clear and active and
but seriously, you got to have that separation. So when you go out, like you said, you went in coffee morning, but you were messaging me from that coffee morning. That's the time when you should have given yourself a bit of time out, Carl, and just said no Facebook. I'm just going to chill out, and I'm going to chill out. I'm going to have a coffee and just switch off because you need to switch off.
Even if the phone was switched off, my brain would have still been working.
Well, that's different, but you're not
I have
engaged. You're not engaged on the screen, but it's part of what we do. And the time out, and I actually just messaged that to Leah yesterday. I said, get yourself a break, get away from that screen for a little while. You've got to have that time out, because otherwise it does consume you. Because otherwise it's quite easy to sit here 12, 14 hours a day, just and it becomes too much. Your brain doesn't function. You get system overload and whatnot. But Carl, brilliant.
I did some training. I did some dominator training, and caught up
Now
on
you
message
learn.
boards and stuff like
Look,
that.
what a difference! Look, what a difference you make! What a different Coles you're turning into. Look, you know, this is where you need to be. This is where you need to be. You know, and keep in contact with your new guy. You know, I've told you how to approach him regarding the Dominator. Give him a day or so, and then just mention it to him. Just ask him, "Have you seen the Dominator? Have a look at it, see what you think." Just run the idea by him, plant that seed in him. Don't try and push it on him. That's how I say to all the Dominators, as you know. You know, I just say, have a look at it, see what you think, because I wouldn't want you to lose out. Let me know what you think of it. You know, just give him that prompt to have a look, see what you think. You know, tell me what you know, and then you feed that. I mean, I always may work slightly differently, but it's so much better than just saying, "Look, you've got to become a Dominator. Okay, you must upgrade." Because they're going to think, "Whoa," you know.
That's the easiest way to get people to run away in the opposite direction.
Yes. Yeah, because too many people do that. You've got to upgrade. You've got to upgrade. No, just tell them, take a look and take a look at it, see what you think. Let me know if you've got any questions on it. You know,
you never even mentioned it to me. I just went ahead and did it.
You did, exactly, and this is what happens. You know, but you know, the gentle approach. Yours is a master at it as well. It's the best way, in it. Ask them to just take a look. You know, and don't. You know, yours is nodding away.
Yeah, I want the good thing about
speak.
I can speak.
Michael is that once he gets involved in something, he's just so focused. He's actually setting up a digital marketing agency in Thailand. So yeah, he wants to move back there full time. So
there you go. You can have
Thailand. Give me the connections.
Yes.
That's
You could grow yourself a nice big Thailand team out there. That's what you want.
Yeah, well, that he's pretty good at things like that. So
there you go. But the ball, you'll find now, that would give you that lift that you needed. Your confidence will come up, you know, and then it just becomes part of what we do, you know, and just stay consistent and never worry about any lulls. We've spoken this many times on here. You're going to get a lull where I'm doing all this, but nothing's coming in. It doesn't matter. Just keep doing it. Keep always saying, keep feeding it.
I was really surprised when I looked at the back office on Facebook and saw how many post reaches and how many new people that were following me, and you know, it was really surprising.
This is why you do all these little bits. This is why I always does the short videos. You know, if you were to top up, you know, you might only think, oh, that reel only got 150 views the other day. You know, oh, that wasn't very good. But if you add up, well, that one got 150. The one that went to Instagram got 200. The one that went on to Facebook got 400. The other one went, the YouTube short only got 60. But you took all them, all of a sudden, hang on a minute, we got over 600 views here from one video that you shared on these different things. So all of a sudden, if you're getting that on a daily basis, you're getting 2,000 views to what you're doing. You know, just like that, from relatively low numbers. Well, if these numbers are hitting the high hundreds or the 1,000 views, you're getting a lot of eyeballs looking at you and what you're doing. You know?
Well, I've started to share on Instagram. I've started to do TikToks. I've started to do lots of other things. LinkedIn is my next one.
That's one I don't use, but I know people use it. Do you use? Yours has got a finger up.
LinkedIn is more for blogging and more bigger posts. It's for stories. If you do that, LinkedIn, it works. You have to create very, very specific things in there for LinkedIn, and not sunny, but more a story like, hey, this happened to me today, and that works with LinkedIn.
Yeah. It's a more complicated platform, I think.
You ask engagement at the end. What do you people think about it? Give me thumbs up and your comment. That's a call to action. It's not a hit a button. No, it's comments.
No. Call to actions. They're so important. This is what I'll say to some of my dominators. Don't just, I say, look at my posts on my timeline. I don't just write them for the fun of it. look at how they're written. You know, I use emojis. I ask a question. I tell people to leave me their thoughts below. And these little things make so much difference because it prompts that curiosity. It makes people think, you know, because you're telling them what to do, you know, and it makes a difference. It's a massive difference. You know, what are your thoughts on this? Question mark. Put a little emoji instead of just saying da 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 and leaving it blank. You know, make people think, make them prompt them to giving you an answer. It creates the engagement.
Yeah.
Just a little quote. Life is double dot dot dot. My spare time, I use it for dot dot dot. Fill in the blanks.
Easy ones. Yeah, easy ones. When I had that mass engagement years ago, if you scroll back to my posts that are in 2017, where I used to get hundreds of views just for pure organic engagement, and I could just post anything. My Facebook was that active, you know, and it was, I would say, you know, are you going to succeed at the end of this year? Comment I will if this is you. I would get 400 I wills on one post, just like that. You know, it is crazy engagement. I mean, it was, of course, Facebook algorithm changes all the time, but you've only got to scroll back, you know, and have a look. And I've posted a couple of screenshots before of how the engagement was, and that was all organic. There was nothing, you know, it was just crazy times. But again, it took a lot of work. That was the time of my 100-day challenge. I did a 100-day challenge back then. Again, that was all part of it, you know. So these things work, people. That's why we do them. You know, this is why we tell people to do challenges. Work. You know, look at what the people are who are getting the results. Look at what they're doing. What are they doing? How are they getting these results? Reach out to them. Most of them are approachable, especially inside OLSP and stuff like that. Say, hey, I love the views. You know, I love the views that you're getting. What are you doing to get those views? They're going to tell you. They're not going to go, oh, it's not going to do you. You know.
Even now, Hakal, you are here in this conversation. I picked something up now from Phil. What the engagement? Where will you be this end of the year with this program? That's something you can use in groups too. It's now it's putting in my mind because Phil says it. What? Where will you be in the month with here in this group? Please tell me, and if you are there in the month, comment on this post what you achieved. And those are feeds. You're feeding that group with something engagement. And they're coming in your note. How you say it? You're noticeable, or you're noticed in Facebook. You see, it's from that group. And going back, I will see, a lot of engagement. Let's DM those people and saying, hey, where are you standing? I didn't see your post in a month. Is there something you need help with? Feed it. They are in there. There are people in there that have had a look at the post and didn't do anything. Also, those are people that engaged. They looked, and you go, hey, is there something up? Because you didn't answer anything. Do you need help? That's your first connection. Don't believe it's not the people that are not commenting. It's not only the people that are commenting, but also the people are in the group.
To give you an idea,
engaging. Not even engaging, because I'm in a group and I say, hey, I never saw, and I didn't see any post of you.
Let me show you guys something. I've gone back to my 2017 posts, and I've just done a random search. And I will show you one of my posts, and this was pure organic engagement that I used to get. Let's just let it.
Oh, please do.
Let the screen share load, and then take a look at this. You see it should be coming up in a minute. This was, as you can see, November 21st, 2017. I asked, so time to get to know my Facebook friends. Let me know where you're from in the world. Comment below. Plenty of call to action. 312 likes. 947 comments. One post. Simple as that. This was what my Facebook was like back then. It was absolutely crazy, my Facebook back then. And I've got loads of them. I've got loads of them. I used to, one word comments that I used to find, and find some
posts,
others.
and how
But
brilliant
that
is
was
it?
one post. One post was that, and I used to just say, you know, are you going to be successful? Comment, I will. Bam! You know, the minute I used to post, used to get absolutely hundreds. You know,
And that's
it's
one
possible,
post
but
you
that
can
was
do so much with it. You do so much with it that you can see who's not needed anymore in your Facebook group, who's not active. You can see, oh, there are people active in this group. Let's have a talk more. Hey, you reach out, and I was wondering about you in your DM, and start, build, have conversation. You're a bus driver. We have Bob. He's a taxi driver. If people are sitting next to you, do you go, hey, affiliate marketing, something for you or not? Or you go, hey, how was your day, and how is it with you, and have just a normal conversation about anything, and then turn it like slightly around. But don't go, hey, how's the money rolling? Huh? You don't say that. You say, hey, good weather today. How is it? Where are you going on this holiday? Did you? What was your previous holiday? Start that conversation.
Brilliant nuggets again. And like I said, this is the beauty of these lives. Things come up, we talk about all sorts, and it brands yourself. We learn about all sorts. You get tips and tricks, you know, and you're learning all the time off everybody, and that's what it's all about. So, well, thanks for joining. I'm going to have to wrap it up because we're approaching the hour mark, and we're going to get something to eat in a moment. Ilse, thanks for joining. Carl, thanks for joining
don't
as
jump
well.
off yet, but if you're ending, go.
She wants to talk to you, but I've got to jump off. But well done for getting your first person on board. This is the start, Carl. This is what's going to change. You'll find that it will just get better. It will boost you. Your confidence will grow, and just keep doing what you're doing and add to it all the time. Once you master that routine, and you can get, I can get these 3 things done quite quickly. Add something else. Add that onto your routine. Don't try and do too much at once. Build it up slowly. Once you master those 2 or 3 things, add another thing. So the next thing you get to say where you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9 things a day in the same time frame, and it will come just like that. You know. So thanks for watching, people. There's some brilliant value. I've got to jump off because I've got things to do. Thanks, Ilse. Thanks, Carl, and anybody who's watching. If you catch it now or later on, whatever you're doing, have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next live. Cheers and bye now.